What would you say to people who say that due to excessive long hours in the summer, which may become dangerous for our health, we can break our fast at a reasonable time before Maghrib, maybe a couple of hours before? They say they have a scholarly backing for this. Well, I have a couple of things to say. First of all, I went to Umeå a few years ago, which is north of Stockholm, and they had a fiqh council come to them to analyze and figure out what they're going to do about their summer Ramadan, because in Umeå in the summer the sun stops setting in the end of April. Subhanallah. So the fiqh scholars came and they discussed and they studied and they thought about it. And also, before I tell you what they decided, let you know that in January, the sun sets, if I'm not mistaken, at 1:30 in the afternoon. So we've got very short days in the winter, very long days in the summer. The fiqh council that went to Umeå made the ruling that they need to fast until the last day that the sun sets. I believe it was April 25th. So, and that was at 11:15 at night. So they are fasting, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think it began around 2:15 in the morning. So their fasting was 2:15 to 11:15. That was the decision the Fiqh Council made. Now, in a lifetime, of course, then you see the winter time that is very short, and so the blessings balance out. That's the general thing I say to that, which is that when we are in long hours, and by the way, I live in Minnesota, which is almost exactly the same hours as the UK. So I feel it, I know it. I'm not speaking from a place in the South or somewhere where I'm like, 5 to 7 or something fasting. My answer to this is, if it's going to be really dangerous to your health, you need to be working with a doctor, and perhaps you shouldn't be fasting at all. And otherwise, stick with the fast as your local scholars have decided. Don't go outside of your locality and choose a scholar from somewhere that says, oh, just fast like this, just fast like that. Because fatwas and decision making, when it's outside of what is traditional, just like in Umeå, needs studying and needs context. And so for us just to say, oh, I'm going to do it like that, I'm going to do it like that, is sloppy fiqh and sloppy deen. And we wouldn't be sloppy in our studies for our exams. In fact, when we study for exams at the university, we stay up all night and don't sleep for weeks at a time. And sometimes we live on only coffee. And yet nobody says that's not healthy for you. They say it's just a short period of time. And in the same way, Ramadan is just 1 month. It's not a lifetime. Of course, again, if you've got serious or chronic health issues, you're going to be working with a doctor and making decisions about that. We have someone who comes to our Tarawih here at our pop-up mosque at Daybreak in Minnesota, who is not fasting this year because her doctor told her you can only fast if it's a 12-hour fast, and so she can't. So what she's going to do is make up those fasts in the winter time when the days are short, because her physical ailments will allow for that. So as you can see, it's actually much more nuanced than just, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. We need to not be sloppy with our religion, just as we wouldn't accept sloppiness at work, and just as we wouldn't allow or accept for ourselves sloppiness at school.